Alright, boys and girls, I wanted to come back out and look at this lake. When I came up here before, you know, I did the live stream and the signal was so bad that the video came out real crappy and grainy and artifacty and all that other crap. And it's not 18 degrees today either, like it was the last time I was up here. Last time I was here, it was cold as hell. Now the grass is coming up. It's going to be pretty wild when they go to fill this back. Next year, they're supposed to refill it. I'm sure there are going to be a lot of animals living in here now. There it is. Pretty wild. Alright guys, we got an unboxing today. Now this is a stone cold unboxing. The only thing I did was cut the tape off of the box to open it to this point. And I yanked the stuffing on, a little bit. I pulled it up because there was a lot in there. Now, you know how hard it is not to open something like this that you've had for 2 days? Because I wanted to get the, the surprise of opening it with you guys. So I did not open it up, even though I wanted to. Trust me, I wanted to dig right into this thing, but I didn't. I bit my tongue and played with the Phantom 1 until I got to this. There it is, the Evo. It says superior image quality. We'll see about that, won't we? And it comes with a bag. It's just the strap, the compartment for the quadcopter, and then, spare props and all that stuff. I guess this is an accessory that you can buy separately, Yeah, bag looks good. So that's nice to have that. I won't use the shoulder strap. I never use them. I always use the handles. I never use those straps. I was hoping it didn't have this tape on here or I would have peeked in here. And there it is. Wow. Very impressive. Wow. It's got some weight to it. It's kind of heavy. Heavier than I thought, believe me. Believe me. It's got the little wrappings over the props. Very nice. Boy, is that thing sharp. Wow. Build quality feels extremely nice. Let me see what this thing weighs compared to the Mavic Pro. That's 889 with the gimbal guard on. And the Mavic Pro is 751. So yeah. So it's 130 or something like that grams more. It seems like it's a little bit bigger. Yeah, it's about the same size. Actually, it's pretty dang close to the wingspan. Seems to be pretty close. And there's the gimbal cover. Let's peel off the plastic. Oh, I guess you push that down to release the battery, which you do. And the battery is a 4300 11.4 volts. That's considerably larger than the battery for the Mavic Pro, no doubt. So it's got some nice ventilation there. Your 2 optical flows here, one there, and then your sonar right there. Then you have your obstacle avoidance here in the front. And supposedly you have this obstacle and avoidance in the back, but from what I've seen on some videos, it doesn't work that well. Just don't run into anything, and then you won't need obstacle avoidance. Now, I did notice on a couple of videos, not only is it a 3-axis gimbal, it's also got this dampener underneath there, so that's going to keep it really stable. So you got the little rubber doodad under there, along with the 3-axis motor. So yeah, there's a lot of slop around in that thing. Let me peel that little thing off the camera lens because I'll take it out. And I'll forget to take that off and the video will look like crap, and then I'll be saying, oh, what's wrong? The video don't work. Then down here, it's another thing I heard was hard to open. There's the micro SD slot, and there is a card in there. And it is a 32 gigabyte SanDisk Extreme. Now, I don't know if it has any onboard memory or not. But we'll see once I get it going. Here's another port, micro USB. That might be for accessing the files or whatever, you know. These things, the covers over these ports, see, the reason they're hard is because they're not the soft rubber ones. They're the hard plastic ones. And that makes them a lot more difficult. Because when you're pulling on it, you know, a rubber one will bend and pull away, where this hard plastic doesn't want to do that. It just wants to either be on or just pop right off of there. So I can see where people were complaining about that. But that's just, you know, to be honest with you, that's just a minor annoyance. You know, it's not no deal breaker or anything like that. That thing is really nice, guys. I'm really impressed with that. Boy, it just has that nice feel. Really does. Really has that nice feel. And then, of course, the thing that I really like about it is this awesome transmitter. So I love these transmitters that have their own screen. Love these things. I mean, these things will just spoil you when you don't have to use that phone. Which this one, you can use the phone, but you can also use it without the phone. Okay, you don't have to use the phone. Now, I like how they got this thing here. How are you going to get that off? Boy, does this transmitter have a nice feel to it, man. Wow. There's a photo button. There's a display button. I think on this display button, I'm not sure, but I think you can change from the telemetry to the first person view. Man, this thing feels solid. This thing feels really nice. Wow, very impressed. Wow. Very impressed with this thing. That's why I love that Karma, is because I don't have to use my phone. Has its own screen on there. You know, the Mavic Pro, I mean, you don't have to use the phone either. You can fly the Mavic Pro with just the transmitter, because it's got that OcuSync. Where the Mavic Air, you can't. You have to use the phone with the Mavic Air. I tried flying the Mavic Air without the phone. It wouldn't go 5 feet. Now the Spark has a 300-foot halo if you don't have the phone hooked up. So you can only fly the Spark 300 feet away from the transmitter without the phone. It won't go any further than that. They have a geofence built into the firmware for the Spark if you don't have the phone. I did a video for it for Roger to show him that you could fly it without the phone, because he had, when he first got his Spark, I think he had some issues with his phone or something like that. Then I showed him you could still fly it like 300 feet away even without the phone. But that's as far as it'll go. But the Mavic Air, I couldn't get that thing to fly anywhere without the phone. It would only go side to side. It would never go forward and backward. So I always thought that was kind of weird. But because I tried to fly that in the house a few times, but it won't go nothing but side to side. Won't go forward or back. So wow, this thing is really sharp. This transmitter is, wow. Is this thing nice? Whew. Sweet. I am impressed as hell with that thing. Believe me. And then you got your silica packs. Don't eat that. You got your charger. And then probably your spare prop. Like all these companies always give you up one prop. Or there's some cables and manual and... Okay, here's 2 props. Here's a micro USB cord. Here's cables to hook up, what, your phone, most likely. That will go in there, and then the other end will go into your Android phone. If it's a micro USB or a Types USB-C. So no biggie. And then here's the charger. Here's the quick guide, which I know what to do. I got to get it charged up and do all that stuff and get it updated and get the app and all that stuff. You know how it is. All right, boys. There you go. Unboxing the Autel Evo. And we're going to get it charged up right now. I'm going to charge this sucker up right now. All right, guys. I hate to leave you hanging after an unboxing. So I figured I'd come over here and spin up the motors for you. Because I went and did the updates and all that crap. That took like an hour to get all that stuff done. Charge up the battery, get the update done. The update took like a half an hour or so. Okay, so you've seen it. I wasn't going to fly it around in here. I just took it up for you to... It's quiet, man. That thing is a lot quieter than the Mavic Pro. I can tell you that right now. I mean, it's not on par with the Anafi. Nothing is more quiet than the Anafi. The Anafi is the most quiet thing out there. So, but this was quieter than the Mavic Pro. I can tell you that right now. I mean, I could tell that right off the bat. Now, that is the first time I took it up. I didn't take it up, you know, before I started the video. That was it, first time right there. So, all right, guys, there you go. I'm gonna get this sucker charged up again because now the battery is. I'm not sure where that setting is on here, but it shows it somewhere with the. Oh, it's on the controller, I think. One thing I don't like, I keep hitting these buttons by mistake on the back. Oh, it's 84% for the transmitter and 80% on the thing. I really like this transmitter here. It's really nice. I mean, really nice. And I love it shows you the gimbal pitch that you have left. See it right there? It says gimbal. And so you slide this little dial over here and you can see it's going down, and it tells you the degree is what I like about it. You know, that is neat. I still haven't figured out how to do the zoom, but I'll go online or something and figure that out. I'll get to it, right? I don't see any button on here for it anywhere, and the manual doesn't say a word about it in the manual about the zoom. Maybe I have to use the app or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, it tells you your battery on the transmitter, your battery life on the quadcopter battery, and how much flight time you have left, which I think is, man, that's really nice. Yeah, that's really nice. So, yeah, I'm really liking this thing. I think this is going to be pretty nice here. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. I'm going to get it charged back up. All right, talk to you later. chilly and shitty. Okay, it's chilly and shitty. As you see, I'm the only one that's been walking around out here, because nobody's dumb enough but me to come out here and check on this little dumbass thing. See, the thing I want to check with this before I try it in any kind of water, it's not the landing that I'm worried about. It's the... Let me start some video. At least we'll get a couple seconds of video. It's not the landing I'm worried about, it's the taking off. I want to see if it tips forward. I don't think it'll tip backwards because it kind of leans back. It's the front tip that I'm worried about in the water. You know, that's what I'm worried about, is the front tip. So I have to see if I have to make an adjustment on this, on these pads at all. Plus it's real windy, so I want to see if the wind causes this thing to dance around and stuff a little bit. So let me take that guard off the controller like a dummy. Okay, so let's try it out. See how it like wobbles forward? Okay, well, it took off great. You know, this Mavic Pro is such a great quadcopter. I could probably adjust them things forward a little bit. Okay, well, it's really breezy, so I don't think that the wind is having that much of an adverse effect on this. To be honest with you, I mean, sure, it's gonna do some because of the footprint of the thing, you know. But, I mean, the Mavic Pro is such a solid quadcopter. I mean, it's really breezy out, man. Believe me. Whew. So I don't think that the floating is going to be the problem, or the landing. Yeah, I just want to see if I got it set right for the takeoff for the water. See, if Billy Kyle would have had one of these on, he wouldn't have lost his Mavic too. Okay, so Billy, get yourself a set. See, it just lifts straight off. It doesn't... See, what I was worried about was that it was going to try to lean forward. You see the wind bouncing all off of it, so... Alright, so that's good enough for me. Now I can take it up to the pool and try it out in the water. So I think that's a pretty good setup to where I have them there, where I'm not going to get any issue with it tipping forward, because I didn't see it tip forward at all, and that's what I was worried about, because I didn't want it to tip into the water. You know, that was the whole issue I was having. It just lifts straight off, with the pontoons right in that spot right there. Now I do realize there's going to be a little bit of a, for the water, this is a lot harder than the water, but it just goes straight up, so. All right. Now I'm not so anxious about flying it in the pool, so, or testing it in the water. The things seem like they'll work, so. All right, guys, that's it. I'm done. I'm going back in. It's cold as hell out here, man. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Alright guys, I just want to give you my first impressions on my first little flight of the Karma. I just took it up for about 8 minutes. I just brought it to this little park here. I just wanted to basically check the motors, see if they got hot, which they did not. And I wanted to check how stable it was, because I saw some videos where some guy was complaining that it wandered around a lot because it doesn't have any optical flow or sonars or anything, and it never moved. It just sat right there. Okay, you'll see when I put the flight video up that it was rock solid. I have no idea what holds the position, besides the satellites. But I have no idea what holds the altitude. It might be some kind of electronic barometer in there. That's what I'm thinking that it is, because it has there's no sonar and no optical flow sensors on it. So, but it was rock solid, man. It just sat right there. Barely drifted just a little bit, just a little hair. So I gotta tell you, I'm pleasantly surprised with the performance. I mean, really surprised, actually. I thought, and it wasn't as noisy as I thought it was going to be either. I thought it was going to be a lot noisier. But like I said in the little preamble to this video, I was saying that, you know, the people that, the videos that I seen, people were ripping on it, but I just didn't see this thing jostling around at all. You know, it sat right there, you know, didn't move, just a little hair, So, boy, I love that damn transmitter. That transmitter is the cat's ass, man. I mean, that thing is really nice, the transmitter. So they really got a winner with that transmitter. And with that screen is crystal clear too. It's very bright, real clear. So I'm real happy with it. So far, so good with this thing. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. All right, guys, today we're going to be unboxing the GoPro Karma. It says more than a drone. Now this is the Hero 6 Black Edition. I got the whole package. You know, I already have a Hero 6 Black, but you can never have enough GoPros, right? This thing, it was $6.99 for the Hero 6 Black Edition. I think it was $4.99 or $5.99 for the one without I think it was $5.99 for the one without a camera at all. And in reality, I really just want the handheld gimbal. Okay? That's what I really wanted with this thing. But when I went to Best Buy, I'm looking at that thing. It's like $300 still. That thing has not dropped a penny since it came out. I thought by now that thing would be down to, you know, $229 or something by now. But no, it's still $299 for that thing. And it don't have the camera with it. You know, it's $299 for just the hand device. So I'm like, what the hell? I said, I might as well buy this thing, because that's in there. Plus it has that little ring on there where you can hook it to your body, you know, hook it to a jacket or whatever. So I just went and got the whole thing. Hell with it, you know. This case, now this thing is very heavy. The drone weighs over 4 pounds itself, and the case with all that stuff in there, it's got some beef to it. Comes with this backpack, which, you know, I'm not a real big backpack guy. You know, I'm not one of these outdoor adventure types. And this is how you know it's not been returned. It's because it's got this little tag on here that you have to cut let me set this over here, that you have to cut or rip off. And if this wasn't on here, I was going to run this back to the store, because I didn't want a return model. So I'll just cut it off. And there it is. It has all kind of good stuff in there. See if I can get that propped up there. The case is very nice, actually. I'll just carry it. I don't do backpacks, okay? I'll just carry it with the handle, because it has the handle with it too. Here's the transmitter. Man, is that thing heavier than I thought it was going to be. Wow, this transmitter is really heavy. And what I like about this thing is it has its own screen. You know, that's nice. The transmitter is very nice. Very nice. The build quality on this thing is exceptional. You can just tell, man. It's got that, you know, that feel I always talk about when you take it out of the box. That's the feel that I'm worried about with the Xeno, because the couple videos I seen on it, I mean, the video on it looks really good. It just kind of has that cheap look to it. It looks like it might have like a cheap build, little plasticky thing. So we'll see, right? That's shipping out. I think on the 15th. Of course, I can't get that off. It's got a screen protector on there. Very nice. Let's see if there's any juice in here. The battery is down on the first bar. So the battery's pretty weak. I just want to see the thing boot up. I don't know what kind of operating system it uses, if it's a proprietary or Android or whatever. Okay, so we're going to wait on that. I'm just going to turn this off and go back to it. Boy, does this have a nice feel to it. Wow. Very impressed with that. Here's the charger for the battery. It's big. Oh, it has the thing in there where you can charge the charger too. It's got the dual charger, kind of like the Mavic Pro has. Might as well get this out of the wrapping because I'm going to be charging it up. Here's the quadcopter. And they put those little caps on there, I noticed from some other video I was watching. It covers the motors. The motors are quite large. And there it is, right there. Okay, the arms, you can just fold them back up. You don't need to press any release button or anything like that. They just pull open and kind of like snap in there, and then they just force back. Then here's the legs. Here's one of them little battery tab things. It's quite big. There's the battery. It's not swollen or anything, so that's a good sign. That's a plus, right? That's pretty neat how that slides in there like that. Then you just pull on this little ring right here to dislodge the battery. I guess this is like a lock. Because I think when they did that recall, weren't they having, that was part of the recall. They were having problems with the batteries popping out and the drones falling out of the sky. The batteries would start wiggling loose, and then that would cut the power to the drone, and that's why they were falling out of the sky. So I guess you slide that in and then push that in, that locks it. There's the Hero 6 Black already pre-installed on there. Ooh, you can feel the dampeners on there. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I was wondering about this thing before I ever bought it, about it being front heavy, because you know these GoPros aren't real light. They're not real light action cams. They got a little bit of beef to them. And I was wondering about the balance on this thing. But I see, since they have the battery, is probably the counterbalance to the camera. That would be my guess. Let's see if it'll power on at least. Nope, battery's dead too. Okay, so I'll have to charge that also. It says, you break it, we'll replace it. Get covered for 2 years. Well, in 2 years there won't be any left. So don't break it, okay? You won't be able to get one. Then there are all your warnings and all that mumbo jumbo. Here's the power cord for the power supply. Here's some more documentation. Some GoPro stickers, which I've never used one of those. Here's the props and the prop tool, which looks pretty cool actually. There's the props. They have a real nice pitch on them. They're like I think that's like, they're like 9-inch props. That's what it looks like. And they give you extras of those. So that's pretty nice. They give you 2 extra, kind of like Tdr did. Then this little bag of stuff here. Oh, there's that ring. So you can clamp it onto your shirt or your jacket. That goes on the stabilizer. Then they give you another USB-C cord, which I've accumulated quite a few of them since I got my first GoPro. I think the GoPro, my first GoPro, here's the harness for the, I guess for the, no, not for the stabilizer, but they just give you an extra one of these things. Because you just unhook this to put on here. Yeah, I noticed a lot more of these companies are going with that USB-C, because I think the GoPro was the first thing I ever had that had a USB-C. But now I think the Mantis has it, the Anafi uses it, even the Jamie uses it. So everybody's going to that. That's going to be the new universal type deal. Everybody's going to be going to that. Now here's the stabilizer. And I'm sure the battery's dead on this too, since it's dead on everything else. So we'll have to charge that. So what you do is you just unlock this. No, okay. You just unlock it and pull it out. You just got to be careful. And then that lines up on there. Okay. It's a little trickier than I thought. Now let's try to power this on to see if this has any juice. Well, that's got 2 bars. And there that goes. To record. No SD card. Yeah. Got it. Okay. Everything in here as far as batteries go is dead. The camera's dead. This thing has 2 bars. The drone's dead. And the handheld gimbal's dead. So, I mean the transmitter's dead. So everything's dead. It's a dead deal. Okay, so there it is. The GoPro Karma. You know, one thing when I watched a couple of videos on this, even though it's a bigger drone, what I did kind of like about it was the low center of gravity on there. I noticed that all the times I seen it landing, it never tipped over. You're not going to be able to tip this over like you do the Phantoms, you know, because I think like every 4 times I fly my Phantom, it tips over once, okay, when I'm landing it. And the Up Air 1, I think it's tipped over every time I ever flew it. You know, that's a tip-over monster there. But the way they have this low center of gravity on this, the odds of you being able to tip this over are pretty, from the way I see it, are pretty slim. Okay, it's going to be very hard to tip this over. So that's actually a good thing. All right, guys. I don't want to bore you too much. I know you want me to get out there and give you my opinion on it. It has a nice feel to it. Now, there's no obstacle avoidance, I don't believe, or any of that kind of crap on here. But, you know, I try not to run into stuff anyway, so. It does feel nice, okay? It has a very nice build feel to it. So, I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be fine. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, man. Have a nice day. We're out here with the Karma. I haven't been out to this park. Figured I'd just bring it out for a little bit.
Ready to fly. 3, 2, 1. Karma is flying.